Gentlemen, thank you for a great day of rock and roll down here at Maida Vale Studios. Maida Vale Studios. Yeah, I'm really self-conscious about my accent.
Maida Vale. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
It is.
You promised me you had a New Zealand accent nailed, and you've yet to come through with that.
I'm shy.
Right. Them Crooked Vultures down in Maida Vale, and I've lost track of time because it's been an amazing afternoon of you guys just playing song after song after song. Incredible to think you haven't actually played for how long, Dave, since you guys played together?
I don't know, a month and a half or a month, something.
Yeah,
Right.
about 6 weeks.
Yeah. Were you in need of taking a bit of a break? Because you toured this album relentlessly after releasing it, didn't you? I mean, it's been about, what, 8 months, 9 months?
I think that's what's been the great thing about this is that it's been intense moments on and then time off. So it's never been too much of either, really.
Where was it recorded exactly? Was it your place?
Yeah, my place, Pink Duck Studios.
Wow. Is that the official name?
Yeah, it is. Pink Duck Studios.
What was the inspiration behind the...
Sandy!
Yeah.
God damn it, Denny.
Yeah, it was a Grease reference.
Nice.
You're the one that I want.
When you were actually making the record, when you listen to the album in full from start to finish, it is exhaustive in a great way. It is full of ideas and full of time signatures in every song. It seems to go in all sorts of different directions. That's not an easy thing necessarily to refine.
Because we couldn't agree on anything.
So you threw it all in.
People were trying. I mean, I remember when the conversation came up, like, okay, well, which songs are we going to leave off? And everyone looked at each other like, well, none. Why?
Yeah, it was almost a double record, actually, in the beginning, you know.
Start your career with a double album.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Each of you have been in Maida Vale at various different points in your life doing all sorts of different things. And what's the one constant about this place, and why do you love it so much? John, what do you really like about being here?
Well, the one constant is you can't park.
That's true.
That's what brought us all together. The
residents do take a huge amount of umbrage at rock stars taking their
and they always
their
did. I mean, I was here not being able to park in the 60s and the 70s.
John, did you do sessions here?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Do you remember any?
No, it was all a big blur.
Wow.
As
You did a blur session?
As it wasn't until about yesterday, actually.
A moment of clarity at last.
Yeah. Thank you.
Maida Vale obviously is full of music, and Dave, we went round and had a look at a studio before where you did the first Nirvana one as well, and so it's full of memories for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, I had only been in the band for like 2 weeks, I think. Nirvana was here in 1990 to tour with L7, and so we did a Peel session, and we recorded a Vaseline song and a Devo song, and I can't remember what else, a bunch of songs, but yeah, it was an honor, and there's like a Bing Crosby plaque on the wall. I think it's a Bing Crosby room. It's fun.
Everyone kind of sees the Bing Crosby plaque and freaks out. It's like that's the most important thing. Touring this record and you know, playing it after the way that you started it, which was you kind of went out and performed it live in the way that you recorded it. It just sort of came out of nowhere for people, and we've talked a little bit about those early shows and how the reaction from the crowd was kind of interesting for you guys on stage while you performed.
Well, I think it was a real special moment because we're asking kind of, you know, all the fans of our bands to go a step further and kind of trust us, and that's exactly what they did, and so it made you really want to do the most you could do for that trust that they gave us, you know. And it was exciting. It was just about music. But we were trying to figure out a way to make it just about music.
Yeah, well, you succeeded. And then obviously you've gone on and learned how to play the songs better, and the crowds get to know them better. So, you know, at the end, you know, now touring this record, it must feel like a completely different band ultimately than when you started playing them live.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've actually gotten better and better every show that we've played, you know.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
What are you playing right now? What's around your neck?
This is a Maton guitar from Australia.
How many guitars do you have in total, do you think?
I probably have 20.
About 20? Okay. Yeah. That's probably not that many with regards to avid collectors. So
no, I mean, I think if you have an instrument, you need to play it or you need to get rid of it.
Rather than store it,
It's not right to... when I walk by them in my house, I can hear them going, "Oh, please, oh, you asshole!"
Can you give us a blast of something like what's sort of the most commonly used pedal with the Vultures touring right now that you?
Well, I suppose I could use this ultimate octave thing.
Stink face, man. That just gave me stink face. You know when you smell something awful in the room and you can't hide your disgust.
Yeah, I'm disgusted too.
Did you just do the rest of the interview by speaking only with notes? Dave, that kit. How much has your kit evolved over years as you played in different bands? And is this one unique to the Vultures?
Yeah, it kind of is. I suppose I just put things up that I needed for certain songs.
What are those fruity things to the side there?
This is a wood block for interlude with ludes that sounds like this, and then
very anticlimactic.
Dave Grohl obsessives are like, never heard a wood block sound so good.
Yeah, I made sure
it's the wood.
I got the right one. It's the wood.
Nothing but wood.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's just things that I need for certain songs.
Yeah, but you got to hit that low drum.
Yeah, come on.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Oof.
There's that.
What's the most complicated fill you play on the record?
Remember the one in Warsaw? There was this one thing that I was so proud of that I made us put that part in the song that. Because that to me is like the most technical thing I've ever done in my entire life. All the other fills are really dumb.
That's what we call a.
That's what I do.
Or like flats and dagenham. Flats and dagenham. No, that's not flats and dagenham.
I don't even know what's that.
But that other one's a hoogada boogada.
Is it a hoogada?
Those are everywhere.
Nice.
Hoogada boogada.
That's basically that's cheating.
Yeah,
Instead of going, that's just going.
We've seen that one before on now, of course, the internet, the YouTube sensation video that is Fresh Parts, which is
people love to watch Dave on Hyper.
It has single-handedly resurrected your career as Fresh Parts, hasn't it? Literally.
Yeah, we were in the tubes till that happened.
Don't call it a comeback.
That's all it took. That's all it took. John, when you arrived at the session today, we were one of your I guess your head, your bass tech, your friend was saying that there's 5 new basses or 5 versions of a new bass and stuff. So are you always kind of looking at your rig and your basses and how you can improve for the sound you're looking for? Or
Well, he makes them.
He does. Wow.
Yeah, he makes all my instruments.
Amazing.
His
How long
name is right here.
That's amazing. How long has he been doing that for? So what's his name?
Hugh Manson.
Amazing.
Manson, yeah. Well, he's been about 15, 20 years maybe.
That's great.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And we sort of spoke a little bit about your rig behind you as well. Has that been changing throughout the course of this touring, or did you start with?
Nope.
As it is.
Yeah, just started with it and finished with it.
A lot of people want to know about the future, the sci-fi bass with the MIDI controller, which is not,
the lap steel, the bass lap steel.
Yeah, with what looks like
the
a Chaos
purple
pad.
thing.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. What was the inspiration behind that, and how long have you been playing that?
I've been playing steel with some solo stuff that I used to do, and I kind of invented like a bass lap steel because it's got extra bass strings on it, and then I just wanted to be flash and hang it around my neck.
It's pretty flash. It's a flash-looking
purple people eater.
It's not subtle in the best possible way.
It's got the chaos crotch thing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And you get a chance on the Vultures record and also on tour to do the thing that one of the things you're most famous for, which is playing bass with your feet whilst you also play the organ.
Right. Yeah. It's because nobody else will play bass usually.
Right. When did
Started in Zeppelin.
One of the guys in the Prodigy turned around and said that guy can play bass better than pretty much everybody with his feet. The future for them Crooked Vultures for you guys is obviously whatever you want it to be, and you've got other things going on as well. But in the immediate future, there's touring to be done, there's festivals to be done too. And I remember when we spoke at the very beginning at Reading and Leeds, you were saying it was all kind of pushing towards coming back here and hammering the festivals. Are you looking forward to that side of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of our full circle, really. Is coming back and playing those big festivals and playing up against other bands and I think we do well in those those are really more high pressure situations and
See, I love that. I love one of my favorite always since I was a kid. Back in the punk rock days in DC, it's like there were usually more people on stage than band members. You know what I mean? So you'd be playing and there'd be like 20 people standing behind you and on the side, and I love that, man. I love it when we're playing and I look over and I see all the other drummers watching or people from other bands watching, and it it makes me really proud, but also in it's like it's a party. It doesn't seem like a concert or something. It seems like we're all friends and we're hanging out watching each other play music. It's cool. It's my favorite.
You were saying before that the shows themselves, Dave, have just extended and extended and extended. And that was always kind of going to happen, wasn't it, after the record?
I think so. I mean, it was funny. We've been playing the same number of songs for maybe like
all the songs
8
we
months.
know.
Yeah.
The show went from being an hour and 15 minutes long. Now it's almost 2 hours long.
It's the same song.
So we're taking we're taking songs to big, longer, more beautiful places now.
The only danger with a band like this that comes along, and you've always been very open about saying this isn't the end, but the only danger is that people become attached to the idea of you three playing together, but they also know there are other priorities for each of you to go and live your life and do. And I suppose
I'm quite attached to it, frankly.
Well, that's good, because I think because some fans would be devastated at the idea of possibility of not coming back together, but that's not really an option, is it?
No, it's just a matter of trying to figure out how and when and where, and because I don't think anybody wants to stop doing it. That'd be crazy. That would be, you're in a band that, to me, this is a dream come true, being able to play with my favorite musicians and to go around the world doing it. And so to make a record,
Yeah,
it's
we
just
need
a matter
another
of trying
record.
to figure out how and when to do it.
We need another record so we have more songs.
More
yeah.
songs.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You play for 3 hours.
The same 12 songs.
Yeah. At which point I'll be standing side of stage like, that's it. They jumped the shark.
Yeah.
They've changed. They've changed. It's over. It's finally over. I'd love to drop a little something on the keys, but I have no idea what I'd do. But it's been really nice hanging out, talking with you, and thank you so much for filling Maida Vale with some fantastic music and adding to the history of it.
Thank you, man.
It's really nice to see you guys.
you.
And thanks very much.